Hey guys, welcome to my channel. We are here today at On It Gym in Austin, Texas to tell you why I choose to train CrossFit. So what better way to do that than to bring in one of my buddies. I've got Dre coming in today and we're gonna hit a workout. Let's do this. Tempo squats, let's do this. She moves so well. That's what I was like, I need somebody like that moves well. She moves so well. She's a bad bitch. Huge compliment, dude. I love it. Yeah, girl. Woo! Okay, last time. Woo! Woo! Okay, so for the next piece on the pause, the back squat with a pause. And so we're gonna do the same sets and structure with the back squat, except for this time we are going to lower down and hold in the bottom for 3 seconds, as opposed to the 3-second lowering on the front squat. Now we're gonna rack it on our backs. We're gonna go down into the bottom of the squat, hold 3 seconds in the bottom, and then shoot up. So it's still tempo work in a different way. Two, one, up! Nice, Claire. One, two, three. Nice. Stop hurting! We're building. Okay, so for the Metcon, the next piece, the Metabolic Conditioning, we have a chipper. Super true to CrossFit. Chipper means that you just chip through the movements. And so come over here with me, I'll show you what it is. So we're gonna start out with 60 alternating dumbbell snatches. And so that's just alternating back and forth until you accumulate 60 reps, and then you proceed to the next movement. Next movement is gonna be 50 wall ball shots. Same concept there. Complete your 50, break as needed until you complete 50, then move to the next movement. Next up, we've got 40 chest to bar. Just for reference, this chest to bar pull up where you're below the collarbone actually makes connection with the pull up bar. You can scale that down to a regular pull-up, to a jumping pull-up, to a ring row as needed to make that accessible for anyone. That's one thing that's great about CrossFit, is it is infinitely scalable into your level. So 40 chest to bar is the RX as prescribed. From there we go into 30 burpee box jump overs. And then last but not least, we do 20 squat snatches with a barbell. So you just chip through until you've completed the entire thing, and your time is your score for the day. So what do you plan to do?
Definitely want to pace the snatches because there's a lot of work to do after those.
Do we plan to go unbroken but paced, or break them?
I'm thinking about breaking them up. Maybe 20, 20, 20. Okay. And then on the wall balls, maybe break those up into 10s or 15s. Okay. What do you think?
I'm a big fan of like hold on to it and move at a slower pace where I can still breathe and move. So I'm not sure. This is an example of where I decide, game time decision is, do I want to get reckless and try to redline, or do I want to go for it? And so I have a tendency to slow the repetition speed so I can stay with it and take less breaks. A lot of people opt to break it more, and that's actually probably the smarter move.
As long as you got the discipline to keep your rest breaks really short. Yeah. Wall balls, a lot of people tend to walk around and puff and puff. And
feel sorry for themselves.
You limit those rest breaks to like 10 seconds, then I think we're good.
All right, and then from there,
great
chest to bar. It is what it is. Yeah. Yeah. And then the burpee box jumps just settle in and suffer. Same with the snatch. Okay, I think we got a good plan. CrossFit is constantly varied functional fitness practiced at high intensity. Why would anyone choose to do CrossFit? Why do I choose to do CrossFit? I choose to do CrossFit because it prepares me for life. It prepares me for activities inside and outside of the gym. It is so well-rounded. There are so many different aspects to the training methodology itself. We are taxing different energy systems, practicing different skills. The end goal is, how do we move safely through space, through time? And so all of these Olympic weightlifting movements or gymnastics movements, they just prepare us so that we can take that fitness that we build inside the gym and apply it to our everyday lives, not only to move safely, but to move well and have fun. And so CrossFit has done a beautiful job of preparing me for life so that I can then go decide that I want to do a century cycling ride, and I can go prepare for that with relative ease. Or like earlier this year when I decided to go and run a High Rocks, and I actually qualified for Worlds and got to run 2 High Rockses. Yet again, I didn't train specifically for the High Rocks, but thanks to the functional fitness that I've been practicing in the space of CrossFit for over 6 years, I had this base built up that I could then go and take and apply to different things and be generally fit and prepared for life. CrossFit is practiced at high intensity. So as a result, one of the things that CrossFit constantly gets knocks for is the safety and injuries and things like that. And while injury in sport is a very real thing, I think that the biggest injury your body can endure, in my opinion, is non-use. I think that using your body is the most important thing, because in order to keep it moving, you need to move it. And movement really is medicine. So, you know, with CrossFit, one of the things that is so important and so valuable is, as a new consumer, or even as somebody who's been practicing it for many, many years, one of the invaluable things that I so appreciate is working out in a CrossFit box, or working out in a facility where there are coaches involved, so that way they can observe your movement patterns with you and ensure that you're moving safely, because you have to build a structure first. Sure, we do these sexy gymnastics movements and things like that, but you have to start with a foundation, and that's something that sometimes we get a bad rap for doing. But at its core, CrossFit is intended for you to build that structure first, and those strength movements, and then be able to progress into those higher skill movements. The workout that we did today, it involved a lot of high skill movements, but the nice thing is that with CrossFit, it's infinitely scalable. So you can take it down. So say that I was doing the chest to bar workout like we talked about, where I have to hit my below the collarbone on the rig, right? Well, that's a very high skill gymnastics movement. And so then there are alternatives of, maybe we just do chin over the bar pull-ups, or maybe we just do jumping pull-ups, or maybe you even bring it all the way down to a ring row. The same with the burpee box jump over. Burpee box jump over, the way that I was choosing to do it, going laterally, things like that, that is actually, that's a high skill thing, but you can still do a burpee box jump over at a slower repetition speed. You can step over the box, you can vary the height of the box. It is so variable based on your skill level. Anybody can do CrossFit. CrossFit's fun. There's a reason that I've been doing it for over 6 years now, and it's because I have a great time doing it. I come into facilities, I get to meet new people through the CrossFit community that wind up being some of my very best friends. Training with other people is so much more fun than training by yourself, and we have a good time. So that's an essential piece of what keeps me coming back to CrossFit, is that we like to have a good time.
Arms around each other, sweat on each other.
Love on each other. How do you feel about how to do?
Girl, that was rough. You killed it.
So do you.
Man.
Her snatches were buttery. Mine were
Your chest to bars
saucy.
smooth as butter. Mine were like,
Hey, chest to bar is like a very day-by-day adventure.
mine were like a gimp ride. But you know what? It worked out.
We have different strengths too.
Yeah.
So I mean, we have some similars, but she's really strong on the barbell. So her confidence on the barbell makes me more confident on mine. Hence how community. You know, I want to get better because I want to get better. And I see somebody move well who believes in me, and I believe in me too.
Girl, you pushed me on those wall balls too. I was breaking, and I was like, I gotta get moving. She's moving.
Well, I love how you could literally see what we were talking about as far as I did not break my snatch. exact same time. Because that's like, you know, playing to your strengths, knowing that she'll take short breaks and move faster, knowing that breaks aren't always my friend, so if I just stay moving. So.
You're motivating to follow, because I knew I had to chase you. I know those burpee box jumps, oh, forget about it.
Yeah, but that's like a find a pace and just stick at it and don't stop.
Yeah, she smoked me on those.
Nah, that's good. Yeah, I'm so glad you came.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and dive into where I got my programming for today. So I'm gonna hop into the Hard Work Pays Off app and show you a little bit about it and tell you where we got our stuff. So I have logged into the Hard Work Pays Off app on my phone, and in there you can see that there are a number of different tracks available. So the workouts that I pulled today were from the flagship track, which we'll go into here in just a moment. But as you can see on the screen, I also have access to Hard Work Pays Off 60, Sweat, and Classic. Just for reference, the Hard Work Pays Off flagship, where I got my programming from today, is intended for an athlete that's planning to spend more than an hour in the gym. The Hard Work Pays Off 60 is programming that's written for you to be able to accomplish in 60 minutes. Hard Work Pays Off Sweat, that is a 45-minute workout. Every minute is accounted for. It is just to get you a good sweat. It is typically lower skill. And then also there's another one, Strong. They've just introduced Hard Work Pays Off Strong, which is not on my screen, but it is a new one that's available. And that one is focused on strict strength work, and the cycles are 12 weeks and anyway. So let's pop into flagship real quick. As you can see here, we've got a warm up, we've got strength, we've got a Metcon, accessory work, and bonus work. So if you go into the strength portion, which we showed a little bit here, one of the unique features about this app as well is simply that it has all my numbers picked out for me. I have logged in my 1 rep maxes for each lift, and as a result, it is calculating the numbers that it wants me to hit today based upon those 1 rep maxes. It does the same exact thing whenever we're using rowers or ski ergs or bikes or things like that, machines. It also then takes my percentages there or my paces there and goes based off of my 2K row time or my 1K row time. It's going to then tell me what paces to go at based on that. So it just takes a lot of the work out of it for the consumer, so you can just show up and get your fitness on and get better. And it's written by the 5-time fittest man on earth. So like, he probably knows what he's doing. So.
My outro ask is like, subscribe, share it with somebody who's gonna like it. Anyway, have a beautiful day. And I'll see you on the flip side, cuties.